Thursday, October 9, 2025. Today on The Young and the Restless, Jill confronts Kane about Colin's dirty money. Phillies warns Daniel and Jack wants revenge on Victor. At Crimson Lights, Phillies learns that Daniel is going to Boston with Tessa and immediately begins fishing for more information. She questions if he should let the married couple deal with this on their own. Daniel gets defensive. Getting directly to the point, Phillies wonders if he has feelings for this girl. Daniel denies having feelings for Tessa, she's just a friend. Phillies isn't buying it whatsoever and persists like only she can. Daniel decides to leave, but she stops him by bluffing that Danny told her it was true. Daniel informs his mother that Tessa loves her wife. Phillies mocks him for going with her and cheering her on like a chump. Daniel corrects, a friend. Phillies warns that unrequited love is a special kind of hell when you're in love with someone who's in love with someone else. Daniel cringes that she's such an expert on that subject that she went down that hellhole twice. Unrelenting, Phillies urges her son to let Tessa lean on Sharon. He insists he's good, but Phillies keeps issuing warnings. At Newman Media, Nick and Chelsea listen as Adam reads the article about Kane and Colin out loud. Nick finds it a little flowery and dark. It will go live once Victor approves it. Chelsea worries about Kane's retribution might look like. They discuss the dangerous AI software, and Chelsea worries Kane can do what he says he can do, and the story pushes him over the edge. It could break the family. Nick's not convinced the thing even exists. Besides, Victor is convinced Jill can keep Kane in check. After debating Jill's chances for a bit, they circle back to the story. Chelsea frets that Ashby's kids will see this and Lily. He'll retaliate. Nick declares they have to be all in. Chelsea sighs and agrees. Adam gets the go-ahead from Victor. Publish. Nick and Chelsea watch as Adam hits enter dramatically. Within seconds, every major news site has picked it up. On the Kane train, Jill forces Jack to leave and warns Ashby about the little chat they're about to have. She explains that what Billy told her was bad enough, but Victor told her something outrageous. She confronts him about Colin scamming a woman to get the chateau. Kane repeatedly avoids answering her question and she grits, "Is it true, Kane? Why did he call Victor's bluff?" Kane fumes that he won't be manipulated by anyone. Jill mocks him and wonders if that was directed at her. Kane says of course not. Jill reminds him that she's all he has right now. Kane laments the disaster that has been his big debut. It was easier living two lives than trying to make amends as Kane Ashby. Jill asks if he's even trying to do that. Circling back to Colin's fraud, Kane denies having any knowledge of it. Jill believes him. They agree the chateau business definitely sounds like him. As Kane swears on his children that he had no knowledge of the filthy money, Lily walks in, absolutely livid. Jill tries to calm the situation, but Lily learns that Kane knew Victor was going to put this story out and didn't do anything to stop him or warn the kids. She rants about him trying to convince her that Colin was a changed man. Kane protests he had no part in it. Lily informs him that after the kids read this, they are going to see that he is his father's son. Kane vehemently defends himself, but she's done. This time Maddie and Charlie will have her blessing to leave him behind. Kane blinks away tears as she stalks out. "I can't fix this, it's impossible." At Jabot, Diane asks about Jack's meeting with Kane. He wasn't able to talk him into handing over his digital hand grenade, but he was encouraged by Jill's arrival. His instincts tell him that things are going to go their way. Jack insists Kane is at a crossroads. He knows now he went about everything the wrong way. Diane's skeptical, but Jack is certain he saw a chink in the armor. Even better, if Jill can get through to him, they won't have to work with Victor. Diane worries that the program will still be a threat. Jack plans to convince Jill to let him destroy it. Diane asks her husband if he'll destroy it. Jack replies, yeah. Or use it on Victor and Newman Enterprises. At Newman Media, Adam and Chelsea field calls about the Kane story before getting into it with Nick over his plan to leave for LA. Adam argues that Victor wants them there. Nick finds this ridiculous and wants to look after his own family. Sharon senses something is off with Noah and he needs to see for himself. At Crimson Lights, Phillies and Daniel are still bickering when Lily storms in. Daniel asks if she's okay. She rants about the Kane story and Phillies pulls her phone out to read it. She sarcastically thanks Phyllis for being one of the reasons why her ex-husband refuses to go away. They go over the chaos Kane has caused, and Phyllis gets a call. On the Kane train, Jill tries to convince Ashby he can turn this all around. He protests at length, but she insists he can prove to his family that he loves them more than anything in the world. He must prove it in a way that cannot be denied. On Crimson Light's patio, Phyllis answers her phone and tells Kane, "I know, I saw it." Kane needs to see her right now, it's urgent. At Jabot, Jack reminds Diane what Victor's put them through, and Kyle. He's been relentless, all because he helped Nikki back to sobriety when he couldn't. This is the end of it all. Warming to the idea, Diane grins, "I am all in." Jack kisses her passionately. Thursday, October 9, 2025. The Price of Secrets. Today on The Young and the Restless, Jill confronts Kane about Colin's dirty money, Phyllis warns Daniel, and Jack plots revenge against Victor. The morning in Genoa City dawns quiet, too quiet. But this is the calm before the storm. At Crimson Lights, the espresso machines hiss as Phyllis Summers stirs her coffee, eyes narrowed on her son like a hawk stalking prey. Daniel, trying to sound casual, mentions his trip to Boston with Tessa, but Phyllis's motherly radar immediately goes into overdrive. "Boston," she repeats, voice dripping with disbelief. "Since when do you play road manager to a married couple, honey?" Daniel rolls his eyes. "It's just a work trip, Mom. Tessa asked for my help with the exhibit." Phyllis arches a perfectly shaped brow. "Work trip, right, and I'm the Queen of England." When Daniel tries to explain that it's not like that, Phyllis smirks knowingly. "You're not fooling me, sweetheart. You've always had a weakness for damsels in distress. So tell me, are you in love with Tessa?" Daniel's patience wears thin. "She's my friend, Mom, that's it." Phyllis scoffs. "And I'm supposed to believe that you're tagging along for moral support, not emotional rescue." Daniel grabs his jacket, ready to storm off, but Phyllis blocks him with that mischievous glint in her eyes. "Danny told me," she blurts out, bluffing. "He said it's true." Daniel freezes mid-step. "You're lying, Dad would never." "Wouldn't he?" Phyllis teases. "You're his son, he knows the signs." Daniel clenches his jaw. "Tessa loves her wife, Mom, end of story." Phyllis crosses her arms. "And yet here you are, about to fly halfway across the country for her. You ever heard of unrequited love, Daniel? It's a special kind of hell, trust me, I'm a two-time expert." Daniel groans. "Yeah, that's kind of my point, Mom. You are an expert at turning every mistake into a lesson you never learn." Phyllis laughs softly but hides the sting. "Touché, just don't say I didn't warn you." As Daniel leaves, the camera lingers on Phyllis, her smirk fading to concern. Beneath all her scheming and sass, she's still a mother trying to save her son from heartbreak she knows too well. Across town at Newman Media, Adam is practically vibrating with adrenaline as he reads the scathing article aloud to Nick and Chelsea. The headline burns bright on the screen. Colin Atkinson's secret fortune, the dirty money behind Kane Ashby's chateau. Nick folds his arms. "Bit dramatic, don't you think?" Adam shrugs. "Drama sells, brother. Victor said no half measures." Chelsea's unease grows. "You realize once this goes live, Kane will lose it, and Jill won't forgive us." Adam smirks. "Since when do we care about Jill Abbott's forgiveness?" Chelsea presses. "It's not about Jill, it's about Lily and the twins. They're going to see this. You're putting a target on their backs." Nick sighs. "We're not the villains here, Chelsea. Victor's convinced Jill can handle Kane. This is about exposing corruption, not destroying a family." Chelsea looks away, her gut saying otherwise. If you have to justify it that hard, maybe you already know it's wrong. Before the argument can escalate, Adam's phone buzzes. A single text from Victor appears on screen. Publish. Nick, Chelsea, and Adam exchange glances. Then Adam, savoring the moment, presses enter. Within seconds, the digital world explodes. News alerts flash across every major site. Headlines scroll, tweets fire off. The secret's out, and Kane Ashby's life will never be the same. At the Ashby estate, Jill Abbott charges in like a woman on a mission. Her heels click sharply on the marble floor, every step punctuated with fury. Kane sits at the desk, nursing a drink, his jaw tight. "Get out, Jack," Jill barks at Abbott, who wisely exits with a smirk. "This is between me and my so-called son." Kane rubs his temples. "If this is about that article." "Oh, you mean the one where your father conned some poor widow out of her property to buy you a French chateau? That article?" Jill's voice cuts like glass. "Don't play dumb with me." Kane's composure cracks. "I had nothing to do with Colin's schemes, Jill. You think I'd touch a penny of his stolen money?" "Then why, Kane," she snaps, "did you not stop Victor from publishing this filth?" "Because I won't be manipulated by him or by anyone." Kane explodes, slamming his glass down. Jill arches an eyebrow. "Oh, so that's what this is about, your pride, how noble." Kane's voice softens. "You're all I've got left, Jill, don't turn on me too." Jill exhales slowly, her fury cooling to reluctant empathy. "I want to believe you, Kane. God help me, I do. But you've been lying so long I can't tell when you're telling the truth anymore." As Kane swears on his children that he didn't know about Colin's fraud, a voice pierces through the tension like thunder. "Don't you dare swear on them," Lily's voice. She storms in, fire blazing in her eyes. Jill tries to calm her, but Lily's had enough. "You knew Victor was going to publish this, didn't you? You could have stopped it." "Lily, I tried." "No, you did," she shouts. "You've spent your whole life cleaning up after that man, defending him, and now our kids are paying the price." Kane's voice breaks. "I didn't mean for this to happen." "But it did," Lily cries. "And this time I'm not cleaning it up for you." Her voice trembles, but her resolve is steel. "Maddie and Charlie deserve better than a father who keeps repeating his father's mistakes." Kane blinks back tears as Lily storms out, the door slamming like a final sentence. Jill's eyes glisten with pity. "You can still fix this, Kane, but you better start now." He whispers hoarsely, "I can't fix what's already broken." At Jabot, Diane senses the dark storm brewing in her husband. "So," she begins cautiously, "how did your meeting with Kane go?" Jack sits behind his desk, gazing out the window. "About as well as expected. He's too stubborn to hand over the AI software, but Jill showing up, that could change everything." Diane frowns. "Even if she does talk sense into him, that program is still out there, Jack. You said it could cause real damage." Jack nods slowly. "That's why I have to get my hands on it before Victor does." Diane's eyes widen. "You wouldn't." "Oh, I would," Jack interrupts. "You remember what Victor's done to us, to Kyle, to me? The man been meddling in my family for decades. This time I'm ending it." He leans forward, eyes dark. "If I can't destroy the program, I'll use it on Victor." Diane exhales, half terrified, half thrilled. "That's dangerous." Jack smirks. "So am I." Meanwhile, chaos reigns at Newman Media. Phones ring non-stop, reporters clamor for statements, and Chelsea can barely keep up. Adam's loving every minute, but Nick isn't amused. I told you this would blow up, Nick growls. You think Victor going to stop at Kane? This is only phase 1. Adam snorts, you say that like it's a bad thing. Chelsea steps in between them. Enough, Victor's not a king and you're not his soldiers, you're his sons. Start acting like it. Nick shakes his head. I'm done, I'm going to LA, no one needs me. Adam glares, coward. Nick retorts, father's puppet. As Nick storms out, Adam and Chelsea exchange a look, hers fearful, his defiant. Somewhere in the building, Victor Newman is watching the chaos unfold on his monitor, a small, satisfied smile curling across his lips. Back at Crimson Lights, Daniel returns, tense and distracted, just as Lily bursts through the door. Phyllis immediately senses trouble. Let me guess, she mutters, Kane. Lily snatches Phyllis's phone and pulls up the article. There, read it, your son's father-in-law just humiliated my entire family. Daniel tries to calm her. Lily, maybe you shouldn't. Don't tell me what to do, Daniel, she fires back. You have no idea what it's like watching your kids get dragged into another scandal. Phyllis exhales. For what it's worth, I've seen this play before. Kane's about to hit rock bottom. Her phone rings. She checks the caller ID, freezes, and excuses herself to the patio. On the patio, Phyllis answers quietly, Kane. His voice is hoarse, broken. You saw it. I did. I need to see you now. Why? She asks softly. You finally ready to tell me the truth? Kane's silence says it all. At Jabot, Jack paces the office, the gears turning. Victor, been on top too long, he mutters. This time the fall will be his. Diane, now fully seduced by the idea, smiles. Then let's make it spectacular. Jack grins, pulling her into a kiss that seals more than just passion. It seals a pact. This, he whispers, is the end of Victor Newman. The screen fades on their kiss, lingering just long enough for the ominous strains of the theme music to swell. Next on The Young and the Restless. Phyllis meets Kane in secret, but is she helping him or herself? Lily makes a shocking move to protect her family. And Jack's revenge plot takes a dangerous turn that could destroy Jabot forever.